even to the East Coast and stuff too. It's good.
That's right, and you may be listening in as we're live on Facebook and MaxPreps. I'm Steve Montoya here with Zach Poff, and we're breaking down some of the top games from around the country, and we want to hear what games are going on in your state, your area that we should keep an eye on. Leave some comments below. We have our iPad computers here. We'll try to get to as many comments as we can. And Zach, let's start this show off with a California team heading to Arizona.
Yeah, and before we get to that too, any crazy plays you guys see tonight, hit us up on social, hashtag #MPTopPlay, and we'll get them up on your site also. But speaking of the West Coast, big battle going down between an Arizona Power, number 25 on our excellent 25 rankings, presented by the Army National Guard, Saguaro, taking on SoCal Power, Gardena. Serra, you get a look at Saguaro right there, big-time playmaker, Stone Matthews, the running back. Now, he balled for 2,000-plus yards. He's a guy to keep tabs on. Saguaro, a team that has won 3 consecutive D2 state titles entering this year. So they are one of the best teams in all of Arizona. Now, looking at the squad they're playing, Gardena Serra, a team that has produced some of the best talent in all of Southern California. You're getting a look at one of the top 2019 recruits right there. I call him Max Williams, big-time DB, top 100 recruit in that class. Now, you look at some of the big-time playmakers Serra has produced, Adoree Jackson,
that's right,
Marquise Lee, George Farmer, and now Khalil Tate at Arizona. You can add Max Williams to that list. So a big-time game tonight. Serra, Saguaro, Arizona, California. Who's going to have bragging rights?
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. One thing you know about Serra is their speed. They're always fast to the ball. They can move really quick, so the Arizona guys are going to see some speed, but they're a tough team out there in Arizona. Now, if you're just joining us live right now, we're breaking down some of the top games from around the country. About half the country is underway.
It's back, baby.
Friday night lights will be lit up around the country. Even if it's just scrimmages around the country, you'll see those wherever you drive around neighborhoods. We want to hear about some top games in your area. Just leave a comment below, like Temeka saying Newton versus Lake. Should be a good one out there. And we're going to jump into another game in South Carolina. Zach, Mallard Creek. They're always in our rankings. They're going up against Dillon.
Yeah, and speaking of Mallard Creek, you see on the screen right there, number 10 in our excellent 25 rankings, presented by the Army National Guard. Mallard Creek comes in winners of 3 consecutive 4A state crowns, arguably the best team in all of North Carolina. And hey, get your popcorn ready for my guy, 4-star athlete Ryan Jones, one of the best playmakers in the country. He does it on offense, he does it on defense, and this guy knows how to make MP top plays.
That's right.
So I think we'll be seeing that on Twitter tonight. Ryan Jones makes an MP top play.
Out, huh?
He's a big-time playmaker. Now, real quick, Dillon, on the other hand, they come into this game winners of 37 in a row, so they're coming up with a big-time test, putting that winning streak on the line. They've also reeled off 4 consecutive 2A state titles. But hey, Steve, get number 38, win number in a row is going to be very tough for the boys out in South Carolina.
All right, good. We want to hear your games out there. We'll give you shout-outs what do you know? Hope says Dillon against Mallard Creek. So we're
Smart guy.
All right, I like Hope out there. And the next game we're going to talk about is actually in Georgia, and this one's special to us right now because we're going to give you an exclusive inside look from one of their top recruits who's on our Snapchat account.
Yeah, Xavier McKinney, a big-time safety, 4-star recruit. Now, originally, Steve, he was committed to Alabama, but decided to decommit. But he is a name to keep tabs on. So go ahead and add us, follow MaxPreps on Snapchat. Now, you get a look at Roswell. They're the number 7 team in our excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard. They're coming off a 15-1 season, but that one came in the state championship game. So you know they're eager this year to kind of revenge that loss. Now, this is a battle of 2 state runner-ups, as Buford also lost in the state title game last year. Now, it's really remarkable what Roswell has done. Not long ago, they went 0-10, and 5 years later, they're playing in a state title game. And they're one of the best teams in all of Georgia. A couple of guys to keep tabs on for Roswell. Lee Anthony Williams, a 4-star corner committed to Clemson, and as I previously mentioned, Mr. McKinney. He's big time.
Yeah, and what he's doing for us right now, he's taking over our Snapchat account. He's giving you an inside look at what it's like to be one of the nation's top recruits on one of the nation's top teams. So far, he's taken us through the hallways of the school. He's taken us inside the locker room. This is stuff, Zach, you kind of think about, what is it like for a kid like that on Fridays at school to walk on campus, to know you're playing a tough game? He's given us that inside look.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. Just add us on Snapchat, and you get a behind-the-scenes look of the number 7 team in all of high school football and one of the top recruits in the country. Also, next week, I believe Tate Martell will be taking over our Snapchat. So hit us up, too. If you're a big-time recruit, a big-time player, let us know if you want to run our Snapchat for that week and if you got a big-time game coming up. It's awesome, baby.
Yeah, and not only that, we want to give you an inside look at what it's like to be in the bleachers on Friday night rooting on your team. So not only will we have Xavier taking over the Snapchat account, but then the school's going to take over from the stands. So we'll give you an inside look at what it's like to watch a big-time game in the state of Georgia. We hope to bounce around the country all year long. All right. Getting to some more games here, some shout-outs to some teams in Utah like Bingham, American Fork, and Hunter, Harriman. They're all getting going. Utah will be underway. Bingham's a team that's always in the mix for rankings. They've gone out and played schools in Texas. So Bingham's a team that's not afraid to head out of the state.
Bingham usually matches up against Bishop Gorman a lot, too. So, they're not afraid to play the heavy hitters. So.
That's right. And then even last night, there's already some games that have gone final, like in Mississippi, Clinton versus South Panola. And one of the most electric kids in the country, Cam Akers, went off last night.
Yeah, you get a look at these are some of his highlights from last year, but check these numbers out. Like I know fantasy football drafts are going to be coming up. Cam Akers balled for 431 total yards yesterday, had 5 touchdowns. He had all 5 of Clinton's touchdowns as they won 38-26. Now, he's a running back recruit, number 2 in the 2017 class, according to 24/7's player composite rankings. But he plays QB for these guys. He threw for 273 yards and had another 158 yards on the ground. This guy is must-watch TV, number 7 overall recruit in the entire country. And he's just built like a bruiser, man. He's got that Marshawn Lynch type of build. Strong legs, big up top. This guy's a baller, man.
Yeah, I saw a tweet by one of the local reporters from there that best player he's seen in his time covering prep football. I think it was his first or second play from scrimmage. He took a direct snap, just went right
70 yards to the house, like nothing.
Bruised over people and into the end zone. It's got to be nice. Just seeing these runs right here, the kid is just tough.
It takes at least 3 cats to bring him down. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. Now, Steve, too, 8 of the 10 games on our top 10 games of the week are going down tonight. There's one on Saturday. It involves 2 Georgia powers, Colquitt County and Mill Creek. Colquitt County, of course, legendary head coach. They've won 30 consecutive games in a row, so they'll be putting that on the line tomorrow night, but we'll get to that tomorrow. Big-time games tonight. Can't wait.
Yeah, and so this means that on Monday we'll have an all-new rankings out on the site, fresh new top 25. Who knows, maybe some top 25 teams go down tonight. If you're just joining us, we want to hear about your state getting underway. Some games, in your area, like North Carolina gets going tonight. But let's go back to our game of the week, the top game, as California's Serra is traveling out to Arizona.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you a prediction or anything, but I will give you one guarantee. This game will be a 1-score game when it's final. Now, it's always tough to travel, but not a big-time travel from SoCal to Arizona. But I think this is going to be a very interesting game. Both teams have new quarterbacks this year, but both teams have shown well that they've had big-time programs here, and I don't think having a new quarterback is going to affect either team going into this one.
Yeah, this is a big early test for the team out in Arizona. They're in our rankings, number 25 overall.
Yeah.
So this will be a good test as they're seeing a top team from California.
You get a look right there. That kid running the ball right there, that was Stone Matthews. Balled for over 2,200 yards last year. Now, he's not built like Mike Allstott, but he's tough to bring down like Mike Allstott. He's big time. You get a look at Stone Matthews there.
He's got to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, his name's Stone.
I mean, we got a Stone around here that's pretty good too.
He's not that good.
But hey, this is going to be a big time game, and it's really setting the tone for a big time 2016 high school football season. And in my opinion, this is the most competitive it's ever been at the top in the last 20 years. You got a couple of Florida powers, obviously St. Thomas Aquinas #1, and then Bishop Gorman #3. They play Cedar Hill next week in Texas, but we'll get to that next week.
Yeah, we won't jump ahead too much, even though next week is going to be off the chart. But this week's big as well. Some teams in the top 25 getting underway. It all starts right here, Zach. How pumped up are you for this? The high school football season is officially underway. We want to hear from you. We want to see your plays too. As Zach mentioned earlier, hit up MP Top Play. We'll find that play. We'll get it up on MaxPreps. We'll push that thing out. We want to see your best plays. And then one more time, if you're just joining us, we have a special thing going on right now on Snapchat. Break it down, Zach.
Yeah, top recruit Xavier McKinney taking over Snapchat for MaxPreps. So all you got to do, find us on Snapchat, add us, follow us. Xavier McKinney's doing big things. He's got you in the locker room, straight going backstage, showing you what it's like getting ready for a big-time high school football game. You really can't get this access anywhere else. So follow us on Snapchat. Game's getting ready to kick off here soon, so you want to follow and see what Xavier McKinney, a former Alabama commit, is up to.
Yeah, I think I saw earlier he's almost 100% from his crystal ball on 24/7 Sports to be going to Clemson.
He wants to follow his 4-star corner, Lee Anthony Williams. He's a Clemson commit, and Clemson right now, #1 recruiting class in the 2017 class, just in the ACC. I don't want to make Ohio State fans too mad. So.
All right, speaking of Ohio State, we may have a Ohio State commit taking over our Snapchat next week as Tate Martell and Bishop Gorman travel out to Texas. All right, football season is officially underway. That's Zach Poff. I'm Steve Montoya. This is MaxPreps.com.